Guten Tag. I have to say that because our guest this week is actually coming to us live from Germany, from Augsburg. So it's Sunday once again, and as always, when it's Sunday, it's Ask the Drummer Day. It's now 2 o'clock in the UK, and it's 3 o'clock in Augsburg in Germany, and it's 10 o'clock in the evening in Manila. So hope you're all so like relaxed and doing well. There's not much left of the weekend, but hopefully, you're all joined in, and we're all just gonna have a really nice chat with a guest today. So, I just want to dedicate this episode to the memory of Craig Gale, who left this planet 6 years ago. Just been reminded of it. So yeah, he's an amazing drummer. So I just thought I'll dedicate this episode to him. But anyways, yeah, so it's nearly the end of November, and we haven't got that many episodes of Ask the Drummer for this year. But next year, I mean, I'm really looking forward to another year of Ask the Drummer anyways. But anyway, so let's bring our amazing drummer, amazing guest for this week, live from Augsburg, Germany. Please welcome my dear friends, Hannes Mueller. Hey! did I say it right? It's Mueller, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine. Yeah, hello, good afternoon.
Yeah. There's like, hello, Hannes. Wie geht's?
Yeah, danke, danke schön. Thank you for your invitation, and yeah,
Oh no,
thanks
thank you.
for
Yeah, thank you so much.
yeah.
Because I was so like, I wish know more about German, because I did try learning German in many years ago, but unfortunately I failed because I find it really hard to. So.
Must be the feel maybe the same like for me today, because I
Oh.
told you just a second ago. Now I'm much more nervous than before a gig,
Oh,
because my English now, it's just gone now. It's
oh,
it's
that's
crazy at the moment
no.
to
Well,
talk
I mean,
now.
I'm always nervous, so we'll just sort of like relax. So like
Yeah,
we're chatting, just like when we saw each other in Glasgow, we were just chatting, and so.
yeah, but that was just us. I like to talk people on the street where we met us in Glasgow. That was very funny, or after
Yeah.
a gig, or something. But now I don't know, 10, 100, 100,000 people are
Oh.
watching. Don't know. Feels very crazy. Feels very funny and crazy at the moment, to be honest.
Well, it's all about you anyway. So it's like, well, we'll just talk about yourself, and like, I mean, what's the weather like there now? I mean,
Uh, yeah, typical November, I would say. That's if you ask me for the weather. Good beginning question. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, it's kind of same like in England.
cold,
Cold. Yeah, cold, windy, very windy today. I was outside this morning.
and
Yeah.
but there's no snow yet.
No, not yet. But my
Oh yeah,
brother, he sent me a photo yesterday from Regensburg. There was some snow yesterday. Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah,
Do
hopefully
you
we'll have snow. Sorry.
like last Friday I went to Leeds, and in the market I also like heard Last Christmas being played. It's like I just thought it's way too early. But mind you, in the Philippines, as soon
Yeah.
as the bear season, like September, it's
Yeah.
for us it's already Christmas. But is it the same in Germany that you already hear
No,
Christmas songs being played?
uh, I haven't heard a Christmas song yet, but 3 weeks ago we had 20 degrees or 22 degrees in Augsburg for a week. Yeah, just a week before we went on tour together
Yeah,
with Beavis and Jetstream. We will talk about later maybe.
yeah.
There, yeah, it was very warm and it didn't feel like the end of October. So
Oh.
I'm not in Christmas atmosphere at the moment. Yeah,
No,
definitely
not yet.
no.
No.
No, no.
Well, we're definitely going to talk about that tour because like you're
Yeah,
fresh from the BBs and Jetstream Pony tour, and
yeah.
it's amazing that you're actually the drummer in both bands. That must have been really tiring for you.
No, yeah. You don't should do that normally. You're right. Yeah, it was a bit crazy and was very special. But yeah, but I loved to do that. It was a great
Yeah,
time. Was a fantastic tour. Now I start to think about everything of the tour. It was, yeah, with good people, good friends, and very, very nice and friendly promoters, and we had a lovely audience
yeah,
in each place we played. Yeah, it was just a small tour, 4 gigs.
yeah.
I knew that if I have the fitness, I can do that, because I did it once before 3 years ago when I just came to Jetstream Pony. It was my first gig with Jetstream
Oh,
Pony
yeah,
in
yeah.
2019. I did the same with BVs and
With
Jetstream
yeah,
Pony, and it worked. And that was the gig when Jetstream Pony said, "Then yeah, we want to have you as a drummer." So
yeah.
then I thought, if I'm fit enough and if I'm
You can do
prepared,
both.
I can do it. Yeah, yeah,
Well, I am going to ask you about the band, so like individually later on. But I just want to say hello to Ronnie Pinkow. Is it Pinkow?
yeah,
Yeah, I'm going to
yeah.
say hi, Hannes. Yeah, and also Aiden. Aiden O'Rourke is my husband, who's my tech support, the one I was telling you about, and he said that sound and vision a okay, and Alice Prima.
Alles
Alice
prima.
Prima is that?
Super.
Yeah.
Sehr
So,
gut.
well, the last time I saw you was in Glasgow, Glasgow spot in August, and
Mhm.
it's funny because um, day two, I saw you and your brother
Yeah,
walking
yeah, it was
in Sauchiehall Street
like,
in Glasgow.
yeah.
It's, that's actually my favorite street there because whenever I go to Glasgow, and
Mhm,
then I feel like, oh my god, I don't know where I am. I'm lost.
mhm.
All I need to do is find where Sauchiehall Street is, and then I'm fine.
No,
I know my way around.
so you have been quite a lot of time in Glasgow.
Yeah,
Before.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You like the city as well. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, it's a lovely, lovely city. So,
it
but
is.
how's your brother, anyways? How is he?
He's fine. He was as well on tour with us because he played with Jet Symphony with 3 songs, which was amazing for me to be.
Oh,
It was the first time together on stage when we played in a band. It was his first gig ever in a band, and that was with Jet Symphony. that
wow.
was
Oh my god.
that was
Oh
great. Yeah,
wow.
yeah. So he told me that he enjoyed it a lot, and was a
Yeah.
great. He's 9 years younger than me. He's studying at the moment in Regensburg, and
Oh,
we don't see us that much, but sometimes if there's a concert or a gig or family stuff, then we
yeah.
see us. And I know that he's learning quite a lot to play the guitar, and he's very interested in music. And
All right. So
so it
he's not
was
like he's not playing the drums like you. He's
no, 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 no. I- he's much more talented in music than me, but yeah, he plays quite a few instruments, and one of
yeah,
them is the guitar. And
yeah,
yeah, it was great with him in Glasgow, because he was at the rehearsal one day before the gig was, and then I
yeah.
think we met on the Saturday, right? It was Saturday at lunchtime.
That's
Met
yeah, yeah. That's right. Yeah,
in the
yeah.
street. Yeah, it was very cool, very great moment. And
It was awesome. That the whole thing, the whole weekend. It was
yeah,
absolutely
yeah, yeah.
amazing.
It was a
Yeah.
great
Well,
festival. Yeah.
yeah, we'll talk about Jetstream Pony. Sean Charman also said, he's joined us, said hi, Hannes. So hello, Sean,
I
as
don't.
well. Thank you for joining us live. So, yeah, so welcome to Ask the Drummer. Episode 60 is all about you, Hannes Mueller. So, um, I can't believe it. It's actually episode 60 now. when I started, it was sort of like, last year and everything.
Mm.
I didn't realize it. We sort of like, carry on for this long. But anyways, so you said that your brother is also like the guitarist or something. So are you from sort of like musical family?
Yeah, yeah, but not professional or anything. My father's family is very musician. They played, or my father plays as well, quite a few, quite a few brass instruments. You know, I grew up with my brother and my sister in the countryside of Bavaria, in the south, close to the border of Switzerland and Austria and Lake Constance, with all these mountains and the Alps, and there, yeah, there's the traditional Bavarian music at home, you can say. And my father, he learned to play instruments when he was young. And we have in our basement, in our
Yeah.
house at home, we have a music basement, a big music room where all these instruments are. And yeah, but
Oh wow.
yeah, but for me it was, I never played a brass instrument, never. No trombone, no bass, no tube, or nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tuba. My father
Yeah.
played tuba, for example, as well. Nothing. I just played. Or when I was 6 years old, I just wanted to learn the drums. That was
Drums.
the only instrument I was in love. Yeah, like you.
Oh.
Into drums.
So no piano, no guitar, no.
No, only drums. We have some videos at home when I'm a 5 years old boy, when I put all the cooking pots out from the kitchen to our dining room, and I played with wood, wood sticks, the whole morning or the whole afternoon. And that was my childhood with 5 years. And then when I was 6, I got my first snare drum for Christmas from my parents.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, by the way, hello to my parents. I'm sure they're watching now, and
Oh.
they were my
Hello. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Mueller.
yeah. Yeah, they did everything then. Yeah, they gave me the first snare drum, and then my father learned together with me to play the drums, and they organized everything. They were looking for a drum teacher. Then when I went to school, I had in the afternoon drum lessons, starting with the snares, and then I also learned to play mallets and timpani and the percussion stuff. And I played
Yeah. Yeah.
in small ensembles where other drummer came together in my age, which was really really cool, and it was a great time. And yeah, sometimes I wanted to stop, of course. I wanted to
Yeah.
cancel everything when I was 11, 12, 13, but they said, oh, come on, do it.
Carry on
You can
playing.
do
Yeah.
it. Yeah, you are talented. You can do it. And I
Yeah.
always went further. And then when I was 15, I started with my first band. And then it just,
Oh
it was,
wow.
it was gone with bands. Yeah.
So
From that
your
on, I
parents
had
are
band.
your parents are very supportive of you,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like
Yes.
learning all the drums and things.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
I
I
knew a
suppose,
lot of, sorry. Yeah,
yeah, sorry. I suppose it's good that you have a basement where you
exactly.
can play the drums, so
Yeah.
it's not going to disturb the neighbor.
No, really, no. Yeah. I mean, it's in the countryside, you know. I mean, there's a bit of neighborhood in
Yeah.
some houses, but no one cared about that. Yeah, I could play very very loud, and that's what I did very often when I was a child. Very loud. Had nothing to do with practice, just drumming and playing, and yeah, that was a brilliant childhood. And I
Yeah.
could do that, and they supported me. Yeah. And and I never stopped to play drums. Yeah, never.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, that's
until
brilliant. Well, I just want to say hello to Anthony or Tony Bryant as well
Mm,
from another one from Jetstream Pony. I mean, I'm
yeah.
really glad that all the Jetstream Pony drummers are here. It's like, I mean, I know technically speaking, Sean is not a drummer anymore. He preferred to sort of like play guitar now. But I've got Sean and Tony and yourself. So
Yeah.
amazing Jetstream pony drummers like in the house. So, yeah. So when you were young and you were doing this, I don't know what it's like in Augsburg or in Germany when you were growing up, but did you listen to a lot of, I'll say, foreign songs, or like in us in Manila in the Philippines? There's a lot of the foreign artists that we listen to, foreign music. But
Yeah,
did
yeah.
you do the same in Augsburg, or
In Augsburg. No.
yeah? So when
Yeah,
you were
yeah.
playing, when you were learning your drums, do you so like practice with so like foreign songs, like, I don't know, was it 80s or the 90s or something?
Yeah, yeah, sure, of course. Yeah. You practice the songs then with a teacher or something. I know some music schools here in Augsburg, or what I
Yeah,
had. Of course, yeah, that's we are influenced about the music from England, from America, and
yeah,
of course you play then these songs as well. You know them maybe from the radio, or 60s songs, Beatles songs, also
yeah,
from 80s, 90s, definitely. And that's what I did as well, yeah. But also, I was very influenced by the traditional Bavarian music. Definitely, that was my first thing I did, and I played in some orchestras before I started to play in a rock band as
yeah,
well. So yeah, that's what students or pupils start when they start practicing the drums. Yeah.
yeah. Well, when you're a teenager,
Mhm.
um, did you go to a lot of so like clubs, or I don't know
Yeah.
what it's like, or what was it like in Augsburg at the time? Did you go to a lot of gigs?
Yeah, the question is what is a teenager. So I started to go to clubs when I was then 16, 17, 18. Yeah, with 18 it's more and more. Yeah, but there where I grew up, there was nothing at all. We had just one club in our hometown, yeah, in the south of Germany. And when I was 16, I played my first gig there with my band, my first band. And this
What's
was,
the name of the band? What's
oh, okay.
you forgot?
Really? No, I know it, but it's embarrassing. It's
Oh,
it doesn't care. I it was a funny story because I was 15 when I started to practice with this band. They asked me to come to their band because they had no drummer, and a classmate asked me. They knew them. They were all 18, 19, and I was just 15. And my classmate told to the band, "Hey, I know someone. He can play the drums." And it was in springtime of 2006, and then I came to this practice space. It was in a youth center, very close to the school where I was going, and there we met in the afternoon. And the first practice was horrible. I played too loud, too fast. Everything it was a disaster. It was horrible. But they said we can try. We can give it a try. I was just 16 then, and we played a few times in the youth center, and then I had my birthday, and I think 2 days later or 3 days later there was the gig at the Easter Sunday in the evening, and it was sold out. There were 100 people, and I was like now I was completely flashed. Had no idea what happened. I had no idea about the music really. I had no idea about to play in a band.
yeah,
But I did it, and then I was fixed. I was flashed. I wanted to listen all these bands, all these indie bands where came from Sweden, from America, from England in this time, the 2000 bands. Yeah, maybe this kind of age, 2005, 2006, 2007,
yeah,
and yeah, and then I started to go to Munich, to Augsburg, to festivals, to see some bands playing first time in my life, and I was always very flashed, and that's how we started. And with my band, we just played in our home area. The whole year we played every possible show they asked. We played, of course, because we wanted to be on stage, of course.
yeah, yeah. Of course,
And
yeah,
yeah, and we learned a lot. We learned a lot at this time. how
Yeah.
to write songs, how to be on stage, and yeah, we practiced much more than I practice today, for example, which is
Yeah.
very funny that,
Did
that I'm now
did you
here
do did
talking
you
with
do
you.
original? Did you do
Sorry?
original songs, or were you
Yeah,
doing cover versions,
yeah.
or?
With my first band, we did some cover songs, and then with my second band, which came out from the first band, some members came to my second band, and a very good friend from my hometown was then the singer, and he wrote the songs. By the way, hello to Alex. Maybe he see us now. He's living now in Leipzig, and he was the singer now in this band called Kilkenny Circus. This was my first band where we wrote own songs, and we practiced in his basement also in our village, a very small village
Yeah, yeah,
where we lived, and there we played for 2 or 3 years when we finished school, when we finished high school, before we went to study. And after that, I met Fred. Maybe you know Fred Yele from the BBs. He plays
yeah,
guitar and he sings. Yeah, I met him, and we did another new band. I met him and also my friends Alex, another Alex, and Lisa. Lisa
yeah,
was the singer, and Alex and Fred played the guitars, and it was a fantastic time as well. There we had our first shows in cities. Where we played once in Stuttgart, we played in Augsburg, and we came more and more out from our home area.
yeah, yeah,
And yeah, and then Fred and me, we moved together to Augsburg. That was in 2011, 2012 to study
yeah,
at university, and there, yeah, we had the dream, or we decided to form a new band because everyone was gone then to other cities, and we moved to Augsburg. Yeah, and there we
yeah.
started a new band, and this was then the first band on Kleine Untergrundschallplatten with Ronnie called Endlich Blüte. Yeah, maybe you have heard
Oh,
about it.
yeah. Is that the record label, isn't it? That's the record label.
Yeah, the record
Yeah.
label is called Kleine
Kleine
Untergrundschallplatten.
und yeah, yeah.
Yeah, my
I
friend.
actually I saw that one, but I saw like it's a bit difficult to pronounce.
Kleine, yeah, but yeah, I know. you, you can also say KUS. That's the
KUS.
short.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
So, you had two other bands before the BVs. Now, I have to be careful saying this because, again, coming from the Philippines, we have so like problems with our P's and our F's, B's and our V's. So the BVs is I have to sort of like say it slowly, so I'm not saying it so like really funny. So, that's your third band, the BVs.
Yeah, it's at the moment I play, or you mean in my little history, my third band.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um, yeah, if you say Kilkenny Circus, then the Vox, the first band I played together with Fred, and then no, then there was before that it was Endlich Blüte, which is maybe much more difficult for you
to
to
pronounce.
pronounce. Yeah, Endlich Blüte. This was. Yeah, have you heard about this band? Have you heard about Endlich Blüte? Have you heard about
No?
that? Yeah, it's a band we formed together in Augsburg, Fred and me, with a friend Ralph. Maybe you know the band Zimt, who was also on Kleine Untergrundschallplatten. He sings, he plays the battery, the drums, of course,
Oh,
with Zimt, and he was the singer of Endlich Blüte, and he played also the guitar, and he did the songs. And this was my band, and together with Fred and with Ralph, where everything came very kind of professional now, because we met Ronnie. Ronnie is hello to Ronnie. He he formed or he founded his label, his small indie label, because of the band Endlich Blüte, and this was amazing. This was a magical time in 2014,
yeah.
because he had the idea to do a label, but there was not really a reason for him. But then he saw us playing at our first gig when we
Yeah,
supported
yeah,
the Mantles from San Francisco, of Psych band, and played in Augsburg, and we did the support for them. And then afterwards he came to us. He said that was a fabulous gig. He wanted to do a label with us, and then we went to the studio, recorded
yeah.
2 songs, and that was his first single, his first 7 inch, and
All
that
right.
was brilliant. Yeah, and that's he said to us that that was the reason to found the label, and
Yeah,
this
yeah,
was Endlich Blüte, and this was a brilliant time. And at this time in 2014, 2015,
yeah,
2016, yeah, we spent a lot of time in the practice room, in the rehearsal room. We practiced a lot. We tried to be better and better, and this was the time I found my way of drumming, my style, and what I want to do on drums.
yeah.
Much more than
Well,
today. For example, I have not, we can talk later what I do today.
well,
Yeah.
I miss sort of like that band because when I look up Discogs, I looked your name on Discogs, and it actually only it didn't even have your name there for the BVs. I had to sort of like look it up, but um, the entry on Discogs hasn't got the names of the members of the BVs, so I think that needs sort of like changing. But anyways, yeah. So KUS just said yes to just call them KUS. So hello for and thank you for joining us. So so we'll talk about the BVs because this is your kind of music or the music that you actually do is German indie pop. Is that right? So
Yeah, Josh, our singer from the. We're talking now about the BBs, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Josh, our singer, is from Falmouth. He's from Cornwall. He just moved to Germany a
Oh,
few months
see.
ago. Yeah, yeah. We did kind of the same I do now with Jetstream Pony. We just met us just before a gig when we played live, but maybe you couldn't find me on Discogs, or my name not on Discogs, because the band was uh, was formed by Fred and Josh in 2016. They did it was just a project for them because Fred did an abroad study in this time, half a year in Falmouth, and they were
Yeah,
flatmates. And then they did some records together, some songs, and Ronnie listened to these songs in that year in 2016, and he was flashed, and he said, "Yeah, it's brilliant. I want to do
yeah,
a record just with these songs." They produced it by their own in their living room or in their sleeping rooms, and that was not me drumming. It was just the first record, speaking from a distance, were just Josh and Fred.
oh, I
And
see. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that was the reason why the band started, the BBs. And then a year later, we were asked by Ronnie if we can do a support for the Bats. They played in Augsburg in summer. It was unbelievable hot in June, 40 degrees, and we played a gig, and it worked together. We had then a bass player from England, and Josh came for a week to Augsburg, and we just practiced a week, and yeah, it worked. It was
Yeah,
fantastic. It was fantastic. The first moment in the practice space was magical. We could feel that we are on the same level, what we want to do with music or with band music, and that was the point when we started to play live. And then always when we played 2018 in Madrid, we did a tour together with Luxembourg Signal, with Beth's
with
band.
that, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and we just met us like I do now with Chet Symphony, just a day before the gig or something. Josh came to Augsburg, we practiced, and then go on stage on the next day. That's what we did for years. And then there was a very, very happy moment for Josh's life, because
yeah,
he's now in Augsburg. He said to us before the pandemic, maybe he could imagine to come once to Germany for a few years or forever or whatever. So so sorry for my bad English.
No,
So
it's no, no,
and
it's
then
brilliant. No, carry on. Yeah, no, that's
you know,
brilliant.
if I play the drums, I just have to sit down and play, and now I have to speak all the time. It feels so crazy for me in English.
No,
Um,
because
I hope you can understand what
oh
I'm.
yeah, perfectly. Yeah, perfectly. Really.
Okay.
So because well, the next I'm going to ask is the Beavies actually sing in English, don't they?
Yeah,
All your songs are actually in English. You don't
yeah.
do German songs, do you?
We have, don't know, we have maybe two or three songs. When Fred is also the singer from of the band.
Yeah,
Fred,
yeah,
Josh, and Fred sings sometimes in German. And I remember now we had on the second album, on the second LP, Cartography, called Josh sings a song in German as well. Yeah, we played it on that tour, on the Cartography tour in 2019. Yeah, that was funny because Josh is he's very talented in learning languages, and his
yeah,
German
yeah.
is perfect, much more better than my English. When we are
Oh,
now here in the practice space, because he moved now to Augsburg. That's what I wanted to tell you. He moved to Augsburg, and now we feel like a real band. We practice every week. It was much easier now to prepare the tour. We played a lot of new songs because we had the chance to practice every week and to write new songs in the summertime. And it feels very cool at the moment. And the Bewees is now the band we have together, and we have the same idea about music. We have met Matthias together on the bass. He joined to the band just a year later after the first gig
yeah,
in 2018. He's also the singer from another German band, Augsburg band called San Antonio Kid, and there he plays the guitar. But for us, he plays the bass, and it's perfect. It's a perfect match together for us now.
yeah.
And
So
yeah,
you're all living in Augsburg now.
yeah,
All
yeah,
four of you, all four band members. That's brilliant. Yeah.
yeah. It's
Which
pretty.
is like you said, it's a lot easier to practice and actually come up with ideas.
Yeah, definitely. And
Yeah,
it's fun. It's so good. We meet us every Tuesday, and we just come there, and we are happy to have us. Happy to that we have the chance to can do this now. It makes very special, or it feels very special. We do it now for a few months, and we plan to do much more songs and recordings and singles and LPs and shows, and yeah,
yeah.
it feels good.
Well, I want to say hello to Rob Jones. Hello, Rob. He's also a drummer.
Mm.
He was in Wahid and the High Five. So
Yeah.
thank you for joining us,
Uh,
Rob. So can I just ask you this B and V means something?
B
How
and
did you,
B.
yeah, how
The
did you come up with the
the
name of the
Biff.
band?
Some German people, if they read it, they say the Biffs, the BVs. It, in German, Biff. No, it's BVs and it means baking vocals. That was the main reason when Fred had the idea to call the band the BVs, because when he was in the studio, I think it was something about the mixing or something, and someone was asking him to put the BVs louder, and he wasn't sure what he means with BVs, and then he said that's backing vocals, and he thought, oh, BVs sounds quite good. Let's
Oh right.
let's
Oh, I
that
did.
was the
Yeah,
question,
backing
right?
vocals.
Not
Yeah,
the,
that's yeah.
that was your question, or why
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, that's the reason. It's yes, very
Backing
very
vocals.
simple but very funny, and it's a good story. Yeah, he says that
But
was
in Germany, the buffs is that what you?
sorry. Yeah, sorry, sorry. Yeah, some people who don't know where we are, they are, oh, is it the buffs? BBs. You are from, you have a thing. Okay, it's BBs. Not often, not often. People are normally intelligent enough to know that, but sometimes people ask the buffs, or we do a joke. We say the buffs or something.
The buff.
Yeah, we do a joke. It's just a joke.
We've got comments. Silky Dagenhart.
Mm,
Uh, it's
I think.
Schlimme Übersetzung. Is it Schlimme Übersetzung? Something like that. And I'm really sorry, Silke, but I'm a bit awful when it goes to sort of like pronouncing German. But he also, or he or she, um,
Yeah, she's
yeah.
from Nuremberg. She's a
Oh,
good
she,
friend
yeah,
from the band. Yeah.
yeah. Sorry, Silke. So, oh, Soepy English, Malne en Klarung, woher the band name stammt, and then Toll. I am so sorry. I'm so bad. But anyways, I mean, when we saw like when this was finished, you can actually reply to it. You know, when you see it on Facebook on Ask the Drummer Facebook page, you can
I
reply
will
to.
have it. Yeah,
Yeah, I just don't
yeah,
understand what it means,
yeah,
but
I will have it.
I tried. Sorry, Silka, but yeah. Hopefully, hopefully, I don't know if I don't know if Aiden is actually listening to this, but hopefully he'll translate it for me later on. But yeah, fingers crossed. All right, okay. So he said that German pronunciation is good, but can you? I'm just gonna say to Aiden, can you translate what silk is or like sad? So I can sort of like tell you what it is. But anyways, um, from the BVs or the boobs.
Yeah, let's say
Sorry.
the, the others would like to kill me now because everyone is listening to that. I have no idea. Oh no.
Well, you mentioned earlier that you were actually on a tour. You're doing a gig when you met the members of Jetstream Pony.
Mhm. Uh, this was yeah we that was in 2019 when we played together in Brighton. It was the first time when we played together. Yeah. What's the question? Sorry.
So
What
the Beavers actually come to the UK. You don't just sort of like play in Germany. You also do gigs here in England or the UK as well.
yeah, we played a tour. We played a tour in 2019, but not with Jetstream Pony. It was just one gig together in Brighton. That was my first gig ever with Jetstream Pony, and it's a crazy story. Now we are maybe at the point where I have to why I can tell you how I came to Jetstream Pony, because this was the point in 2019. It had also to do something with the BVs, because we were on tour in springtime in 2019 in Belgium and in Germany. We played a week, cities like Cologne, Dresden, also Holzminden, where we played now again with our good friend Carsten and Carsten Krause, very good promoter, very nice guy. And we had there the tour, and we played in Kortrijk on a Friday evening before we went next day to Cologne to Popfest. And I got a message on my mobile phone from Sean, where he asked me, could it be possible that you come, because he knew that we play in summer at Indie Tracks. So if you play at Indie Tracks with the BBs, can you imagine to play with us, with Jetstream Pony,
Yeah.
on the same festival? And I couldn't believe that. I couldn't believe that Sean is asking me at that moment that I could play. Maybe he said maybe they were not sure if the drummer, her first drummer, can play more and more, or if she
Yeah.
stopped then. So this was just asking if there is opinion, if there is maybe a possibility, and I just wrote him back. It would be it would be great for me. Yeah, it's an honor. Fantastic. It would be fantastic if I could play that.
Yeah.
And because I knew the first single, always when I listened to the first single, had enough, and Like You Less from which was out on Car US from Ronnie,
Yeah.
the drums rhythm from Had Enough. It's so great. The drum, I love this rhythm.
Yeah.
And
Was
when I
it was it
listened,
Sean? Was it Sean who did the drums for the first? So like,
I think so. I think so. It
yeah,
was Sean or Sarah. Then yeah, and this drums. When I listened to that drums first time, I was thinking, how cool must it be to play drums for this band? I thought that's amazing. This rhythm, boom, da dum dum da dum,
yeah,
da dum, da. It's a great rhythm. I always like to play that if you play it live, and I was always thinking that must be so fun on stage or in a practice room to play this song. And then this band, we had no relationship together. I saw them once when they played 2018 in Augsburg, but there was no connection. I never chatted before with Sean or with. I knew Beth from the Luxembourg Signal as well, but we had not really a relationship. Sorry. And then
yeah,
and then he asked me that, and then the tour was over, and then it was May, June, and the Indie Tracks Festival was in the end of July, and then he wrote me again, and he said, "Hannes, we need you. Is it? Do you play with us?" And I said, "Yeah, just send me the songs. I will practice them." And then I practiced them in my rehearsal room, my practice space in Augsburg, and yeah, and I just had the trust that it will work, that it will work.
yeah,
And then on they did another show with us, or they organized another show, Jetstream Symphony with the BVs, a week
yeah.
before Indie Tracks in Brighton, and there we played for as a practice gig before Indie Tracks.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and it was a crazy journey. I traveled together with Matt from the BVs. Josh and Fred were already for 1 week before us in England. They celebrated Josh's 30th birthday there in July of 2019. And Matt and me came just 1 day before the gig because we had to work. And this week it was a Thursday evening. And
yeah,
I can't remember exactly, but Matt and me, we arrived Brighton in the morning, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And then the next day at 12, there was 2 hours BV's practice. And after that, 2 hours Jetstream pony practice. And
wow.
that was when we met us on our first time. And on the same evening, there were the 2 gigs for me. Yeah. So after 4 hours practice, I had to play the 2 gigs, and I was very nervous because I didn't know how the band works. How are they happy with me? How I play? How we bass and
Yeah, yeah,
Harry and me, can we play together? Is everything fine? Do they like my style? Everything worked perfectly. Everything worked. It was one of the best
yeah,
evenings I had, to be honest. That was fantastic. It was a great
yeah.
show.
Well,
And yeah,
did
sorry.
you have to ask permission, or did you have to sort of like ask the band, the BVs, if you're okay to sort of like join
No,
Jetstream
no, I
Company,
didn't.
or you just
No, I just did it.
were they okay with it?
Yeah, yeah, they were, they, they don't have to say anything. No, no, no. No, I didn't ask. I didn't ask, to be honest. One guy told me in the 80s, in Germany, it was like in the 80s, if someone, you were not allowed to ask someone who played in another band. It was very, very special. No one um, was thinking about it. It was a very difficult thing if you ask
Yeah.
the place. I know that, but it was maybe in the 80s. I never felt like that. And I played in other bands before. And you have to know, we have a great, the BBs, everyone plays in other bands. You know, we have a great atmosphere in
Oh, I
Augsburg.
see.
We have a
Yeah,
great
yeah,
band scene, especially in this years, 16, 17, 18, 90s, 19. Yeah, we played when we started to play live with the BBs. Fred and me, we also played with Endlich Blüte. Yeah, we had our last gig in
yeah,
2018,
yeah,
so we did it together, parallel. Or, yeah, so that was the way we did. So I didn't ask, and they were happy. They were
they
happy.
were happy.
Yeah, they
I
were happy.
suppose if I suppose if you could give time to the same sort of like amount of rehearsal time or whatever, feel on so like both bands, then that's fine. You're not sort of like just doing the BBs and then, oh yeah, we'll do Jetstream Pony. So
Yeah,
I won't even practice with them. I can just do it or something.
yeah. No, it was it was yeah, it was when I started to play with Endlich Blüte. I had another band, another German band as well, with older guys than me, much more older guys than me. They are now over 60. Yeah, it was a band called B Daltons. They played kind of post punk or pop rock or indie rock,
Oh, see,
and
yeah,
they
yeah,
they they learned me a lot. They learned me a lot to how to play very in time, very tight, very close together. And that was the
yeah,
same time when I played with Endlich Blüte. So I for me it was a bit normal to play in two bands, which I enjoyed a lot at that time, and that's what I enjoy nowadays as well. I enjoy to play together with Jetstream Pony and together with the BBs. But to be honest, a tour we did now, maybe yeah, it's not the best thing. Normally it's better you play just with one band a tour, and then
yeah,
the
yeah,
other band another tour. That makes more sense to play a
yeah,
show as a band, and the feeling it was fun, everything was good. And also in that time in 2019 in summertime it was great for me to play with the BBs, and first time with Jet Symphony.
with
And
Jetstream
I
Pony.
with Petrimo, and I thought I played just these two gigs, just indie tracks and just Brighton, and then it's over. They will find then a new drummer in Brighton or in London. I mean, a lot of drummers live there, and I thought that's
Yeah,
it. But we
but
played in
no,
fun. Yeah,
yeah, you're actually the official drummer of Jetstream Pony.
I
So
don't know. Maybe, yeah, it feels like yeah, they had talk. It was crazy. It
and
was really crazy. I
yeah,
couldn't believe that. In that time, I couldn't believe it because I really enjoyed to play indie tracks then. We had two gigs at indie tracks because in the first gig on Saturday we had some technical problems, so we played on the next day on Sunday again in the church, in the small church. I don't know, have you been to indie tracks, the lovely place?
no,
Very
no, I really
beautiful.
wanted to sort of like go there, but no,
Yeah,
it's gone now, isn't it? They don't do it
yeah,
anymore.
yeah,
There's no more
unfortunately.
indie
Yeah,
tracks. Yeah,
so sad, really, really sad. I really would
yeah,
like to go there again, but they don't have it anymore. And yeah, there we played in the small church on Sunday, 2 hours before we played then with the BWs on the other stage again.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I thought this is the last gig. And after the BWs gig, Sunday evening, next day we flew back to Germany. And this evening, Sean came to me and said, "We have two more gigs in autumn. One in Cambridge in November and one in September, together with the Monochrome set in London." And he said, "Okay." I said, I have to check everything." And he said, "The gigs are on Saturday. Come on Friday, practice with us on Friday evening or Saturday morning, play Saturday evening, fly back on Sunday." And that's what I did twice again.
Yeah.
And it was so good. It was so fun. And then we played a big thing. What I did in my small drummer life was then in 2019 in December as well, which I could never imagine that I can do something like this. We played a big tour together with the Wedding Present. It was the Bizarro tour, the 30th
Yeah,
anniversary from
yeah.
Bizarro, and this was amazing. This was just incredible to play in the O2 Academy in London. And yeah, there I played as well. And then I played another show where we met us first in 100, in the
London.
legendary 100 Club in
100 Club,
February.
yeah, the
Yeah,
100 Club in
yeah,
London.
with the orchids, with the
Yeah,
orchids.
that's
And
right.
it was, yeah, there we met us first in the first
That's
time.
the first, yeah, that's the
The first,
first time we met there,
yeah, yeah,
100 Club in
exactly.
London, yeah.
It was a fantastic evening. That
Yeah.
was Friday. That was a Friday, and it was just
It
went
was
from
Valentine's Day. It was
yeah, and
Valentine's Day in 2019. Yeah, I remember
it
that
was
now.
in February, just before the pandemic, just before
Yeah,
the
yeah.
short time before the pandemic. It was in February. February, I think it was the 14th
The
of February,
14th, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
and
On
and
Valentine's Day, which is
exactly,
amazing.
exactly. And I had to work on this day. I had to work, and I went back from home straight to the airport, flew to London, had no practice with Jet Symphony, which was really, really, really special.
Oh,
No practice, just on stage, had a sound check where we practiced a little bit, a few songs, and then and they played St. Christopher, the Orchids. It was not just us; we had not that
Wow.
time, and then we played. If I think now, or in preparation for your podcast, I was thinking about a few gigs, and we played very well at this gig. It was a
Yeah,
really, really
did.
good gig for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I got this.
What's that? Yeah. The single. It was the single. And this is, I think
Single.
the single. I Close My Eyes. Yeah, and it was
Yeah.
out on KUS. It was on KUS. Yeah, the
Oh yeah,
last
of
single.
course. That's
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I close my eyes. Yeah. KUS there. That's the one.
KUS. Yeah, from
Yeah.
Augsburg. Yeah.
Going back to what Silke said, I know what I know what it
Silke.
is now. So
Go to Silke.
finally an explanation where the band name comes from. So that's what she said. So
The BVs.
so the BVs, yeah. So it's finally there was an explanation because I asked you where it came from. So now she knows where it came
Okay.
from.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Sean said that it was him who played drums on the first single. So it's good.
Good.
And he
Yeah.
also said that it's much more common for people to be in more than one band these days. And it wasn't so common in the UK either back in the 80s. So, yeah.
Okay.
I think nowadays, you can go from one band to the other and things.
Hmm.
And I also want to say hello to Isabella Dale. She said, "Hi, Hannes. Nice interview and lovely to listen to your own story of the BVs, Jetstream Pony, and to get to know a bit more about that." So, Lieber Gruser, yeah,
Liebe Grüße. Yeah. Liebe
yeah.
Grüße. Isabella. Yeah.
Yeah, and Silke said that 100 Club was fantastic. I totally
Oh yeah.
agree. I totally agree with
Yes,
Silke. Yeah,
yes.
that's
Silke was
fantastic.
also there. Yeah, I have to
Yeah,
say, Silke is fantastic. He's one of the biggest fans from Germany, from Jetstream Pony, and also from the BVs. She did a lot of promotion for our Nuremberg show, which was 2 weeks ago on a Wednesday
yeah,
evening, and we had a fantastic tour start there Wednesday evening, and yeah, she brought all her friends, her family to that gig, and
wow.
it was fantastic. Silke is great. Yeah, hope to see you soon, Silke.
So, when you did this recent tour with both the BVs and Jetstream Pony, can I just ask you if there's like a similarity or differences in the kind of music you play with the
Mm,
BVs or the Jetstream Pony, and especially the way you set up your drum kit? Do you have to do a lot of change in the setup
mm.
when you
No,
played
no,
with?
no,
No, is it so like?
no. I told you the BVs were formed from Josh and Fred, and later then I came to the band, and I know, or I think I can play with both bands because of my style, of my way of playing the drums. For me, it's very important to play together with the bass in both bands. Yeah, that's the thing. I play not much, not much. I had not a big setup. I have just two toms, two cymbals, a hi hat, and a snare and a kick. That's
Yeah,
it. And for me, it's very important to play very close together with the bass. Carrie is fantastic. Carrie is a brilliant bass player. Same with Matt. Matt plays a bit more dry. Carrie has a bit of fantastic distortion on her bass, which is also perfect, like with Matt. And what I need, or what I like to do, is to play very close together, very tight, very be in time. And then in both bands, Sean with his guitar, he can do anything what he wants to do, and also with the BBs, Fred and Josh, they are free. They can do. They can fly, and I play together with the bass.
with
That's
the
we are the group who keeps it together. Yeah, so we are maybe a small band as well, just the bass and the drums, and that's what I love, and that's very easy with Carrie, and it's also very easy with Matt, and that's the reason why it works. It's just to play together with the bass. Of course, the singer Beth is a fantastic singer with her lots of reverb. Same with Fred. When Fred sings on Josh, they put their reverb. I don't have to listen to everything if I play a gig. What I need is to be compact together with the bass. That's it,
Oh,
and
okay.
that's what I can do with BBs and with Jetstream Pony. With other bands, if they need something different, if they need lots of fill-ins, what I don't play, if they need technical, brilliant stuff, what I don't can play, I play very easy. Nothing is special, nothing is difficult. It's very
Yeah,
easy. It's just very simple, I would say. Yeah, very simple, and that's what I can do with both bands. That's what I play, and that's the reason why I play in both bands. And that's kind of my passion. That's what I like. That's when I listen to the music of BBs or to Chet Symphony. That's
yeah,
what I can feel in the music. And yeah, of course, I have some heroes or some idols, some drama I listen or like to see, and I look sometimes what they are doing, but I can feel it's in there what I can do with both bands. That's it. Very simple.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Not no, it's not difficult.
have you ever sort like had a moment when you're actually confused as to sort of like, God, I'm doing the BB songs, and then
No,
but
no,
I did a
no.
gesture
I
pony
was lucky.
song,
No, I was very
especially
lucky.
that tour that you just did.
Yeah,
You know, that's like together in one on one
yeah.
stage.
No, 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 not really. Because both bands are different. They are different. And I know when I see Beth in front of me or I see Sean playing, I know exactly now it's a bit a bit
Jetstream pony
faster, a
time,
bit
yeah.
faster. And with the BB, it's a bit harder. And sometimes I play a bit louder than. And BWs are different. So that that that's the thing I meant before that. Why I wouldn't play maybe a tour again with both bands, because if you play a show, you are in a movie, you are in a film, and you wanna play at the end more powerful, and then it has a bit of, how can I say, a bit of dramaturgy. Do you say it in English? Dramaturgy.
Dramaturgy.
Do you understand? It's if you do a movie, it has
Yeah.
to come to an end. It has to powerful at the end. You have a big end at the maybe,
Oh, right, okay. Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah,
it's done, and then you go out from stage and you can drink a beer and whatever.
yeah.
But
Oh,
for
you
me,
mean
it was
like a climax? It's like a big climax or something. Is that
exactly a
what you're trying?
climax. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
exactly. And
yeah.
now I finished with BWs, or I finished with Jet Symphony, and then I had a break of 15 minutes, which was good. And, and then I started
And they
again.
start again.
You started again with the opener, you started with the second song, you try to put more and more and more. But I felt I did this before. I did this already. it was it was not that hard. Don't understand me in the wrong way now. It was completely fine, and I really loved it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
But it's better to play one show and you are focused just on this band. Definitely, that's what I would say. But it was fun to play the tour. Definitely.
yeah. That's because it's like you're doing two movies at the same time. You
Hmm.
know, like if you compare two movies,
Yeah.
you
Or
just finish one and then you have to go and do another one. So
yeah, or if you go to cinema and just watch two movies just
yeah,
in a row, and you start again, and yeah,
yeah,
sometimes it is like this. But yeah,
yeah.
if you can choose, yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
let me just say hello to Tom. Tom said sorry I'm late, but no, it's fine. Tom, thank you
But
so much for joining us.
which
Uh,
Tom Adams or
Tom
Tom Hooker?
Wilazinski,
Ah,
Wilazinski,
I
yes,
don't know.
yeah. And Silke also said Schlagzeugmeister, Schlagzeugmeister, yeah.
I think it's a word I heard first from Sean from Jet Symphony, or from the others from Jet Symphony Pony, and
What does that mean?
it's a very nice word if you hear it as a drummer. It means you are kind of a master from drums, but
Oh,
what
okay,
not
yeah,
what I
drum
definitely not.
master,
But
yeah, yeah.
yeah, drum master. Yeah, but thanks for
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Well,
thank you. Thank
yeah.
you.
Well, Tom also said that during lockdown, Jetstream Pony played an awesome set from home. So, and
Hmm.
he said that he's a big fan.
Yeah.
You mentioned earlier that your brother also joined you on that he also played with Jetstream Pony when you were
Mm,
doing the tour.
mm,
How did that come about? How did he get involved with like Jetstream Pony and
Very spontaneous. It was not planned. It was in, when was it, in October, just 2 weeks before the 2 weeks before the show, before the tour starts. I was in England.
yeah,
I had we wanted to play with the Wake in June with Jets and Pony, but the promoters
that was
cancelled.
cancelled. Yeah, yeah, it's a
So
shame.
yeah,
That. Yeah,
and
I was
and I
gonna go to that one as well.
don't know. I have
Yeah,
no idea. And then but I had my flights, and I had to move my flights, and I asked Sean, what can we do? And he said, just move it to a weekend in October, then we have the chance to practice for the tour. And that's what I did. And I moved it the flights to was don't know, 20th or 22nd of October, and
yeah,
we practiced, and it was nice for me not to go there for a gig, but just for practicing. And um, and then Sean said, I have 2 or 3 or 4 songs. Maybe a second guitar would be nice. Do you know someone, or what can we do? And he knew my brother from a few gigs before. My brother was in Porto as well this year, and then he
yeah,
joined me to Glasgow, which was very cool for me to have to spend time together with him.
yeah,
And then I said, yeah, my brother plays the guitar, and he wants to come to Nuremberg. He wants to come to Augsburg. And Sean directly said to me, please ask him. It would be great. And then they arranged a meeting, an online meeting, or 2 online meetings, where Sean showed him how to play, and then he practiced at his home.
yeah.
And then we had one practice before the tour in Augsburg. We met all together in Augsburg, the BBs,
Uh-huh.
and just one day before the tour starts, which was brilliant. It was
Yeah,
like a dream of me to come together. That's also the reason why we played the tour together. I wanted to have Chet Symphony in Augsburg, because I always come to Britain or to other countries. We played this year Porto, Madrid,
yeah,
we played Paris, and we played Glasgow, and of course many times before England. So this was very cool to play together in Germany, and it was fantastic. That was the last point for me, that Christoph, my brother, played then with Jet Symphony, and it worked. Everyone said it sounded very good, and
yeah,
was
yeah.
good. So thanks for everyone. Thanks for Christoph that he did that, and thanks for Jet Symphony that they asked him. It was, for me, very cool. Yeah.
Yeah, is it gonna be so like a regular feature now with Jetstream Pony to have your brother playing as well? Like,
Don't know. Don't think
or was
so.
it just a one-off? Was
Yeah,
it?
it was three songs. Don't know. Um, no, and we have the post punk sound as well in with Jet Symphony, where we need just one guitar, which is very good. It would be not good to have two guitars in the
So,
band,
yeah,
definitely not. And yeah, it was a really cool thing, and maybe we can do it once again. But everybody said, because my brother is very young, he's 23 now, he should have now a band. He should have a band in Regensburg, and he knows what he wants to do. So he just
yeah,
needs people who play with
yeah,
him. That's the
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Maybe put an advert and say looking for band members or bandmates and things.
Yeah.
So was it you who actually organized this tour, or was it KUS? Was it
Yeah.
KUS?
Yeah, I did it together with Ronnie and with the others, of course, from the BBs. But I started to plan. I started to ask the promoters, because we
Yeah,
did a show before now in Dresden, and also I know Carsten from Holzminden. He's now a good friend. He did the show in 2019 as well, and it was just an evening where I sat on my laptop and wrote to all promoters. Nuremberg was asking
yeah,
Jet Pony a few times before the pandemic,
yeah, yeah,
and yeah, and everyone was answering, yes, let's do that. And Nuremberg said they want to have the Wednesday. Dresden said they want to have the Friday. Carsten said he wants to have the Saturday. So I thought, okay, perfect, we can do the
yeah,
Thursday on in Augsburg, and that was it. That was the tour. And then yeah, I had to wrote lots of emails with everything organizing, but I could that do that because we were spoken together. What is the meaning word in English? It's called maternity leave. What
Yeah,
I'm on
or
now.
paternity leave for you for dads. Yeah, yeah,
Exactly,
that's right.
exactly.
Yeah,
So I had the time at the evening to do that, and it was work, definitely, but it was good work, and I liked to do that. And the shows were great. People came. Now we
yeah,
do everything, organizing stuff after the tour with the money and all the stuff. But yeah, it was good. Love to do that.
yeah. Was because now that you're sort of like at home and looking after the kids and things,
Yeah, yeah,
you've got the
yeah,
time
yeah.
when
I
you're
have
not rehearsing, when you're not playing the drums or something. So you've got the time to organize
it's
events.
so yeah, it's so funny, it's so crazy that we do now the podcast, that you invited me now, because I've now at nowadays I do a completely another life which has normally nothing to do with playing drums. I have two kids. One is my daughter is 5 and my son is 1.5. I'm in this time now from September to next year September. My lovely partner, she's working the whole day, or she has a full-time job at the moment. What I have done before, and now we changed it in September.
Yeah, you swapped it now, so yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm the whole day at home, and I have the kids, and I have the house, the flat,
Yeah,
washing, cleaning, cooking. Or it's more than a 12 hours day at the moment.
yeah,
But
that's brilliant. Actually, it's one of the best jobs in the world. I mean, it's so like looking
it is.
after children. I
Yeah,
really, yeah, yeah,
it is.
that's really good.
It is. It is. It is. It's. It's really great. It's really great, but it's hard sometimes. Very loud, and yeah, uh, it's good to do that. To have to know what it means. If someone tell you I have two kids, you just think, yeah, okay, they go to kindergarten, but you have time for yourself. You know, no, you don't have that much time for yourself. You have to organize everything, which
Yeah,
is which is really good. I really like it at the moment, but it's 12 hours a day just do everything for them. and and in the evening I have practice, my practice time or organizing time, and a little bit of free time, which is very cool at the moment. Definitely in
yeah,
my other normal life I'm a teacher, and sometimes in the evening I have to prepare my teaching stuff for the next day, which I don't have to do right now, which is really cool, and what I enjoy a lot at the moment, that I'm not have to go to school, which is really good. Really.
what
But
subject? What subject were you teaching?
I'm teaching German and religion at secondary school, kind of secondary school, in so from the
Oh,
age from 10 to 16
yeah,
in
yeah,
Germany. Yeah, which is good. I like my job. Have a good connection, good relationship to my students,
yeah, yeah.
but it's hard work. Definitely the same. Yeah,
Oh,
if you do it.
religion, that,
Yeah,
religion. That's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah,
That is so good.
yeah.
Yeah,
I really like to do that. It's a good job for me. Yeah.
yeah.
So it's
When so you're not going back until September of next year. Are
I
you
go
going to
back.
continue doing?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. I stay at home until next year in September at home.
yeah.
Yeah. So I have of course now the time to do some shows at the weekend, or I have the time to do a
A
recording
podcast.
stuff.
To do
Sorry?
a podcast. Yeah, you have time now to do a podcast or something
A
like be
podcast,
on
yeah,
the
but it's
show.
so
Yeah,
funny because I told you the time with Endlich Blüte in 2014, 15, 16. I was always organizing. I was a student. I studied teaching to be a teacher, but
yeah,
I had
yeah,
always my band in my head. So I always wrote to. I was thinking always, how can we be better? I always wrote to promoters, to festivals, to clubs. I wanted to play all the time, and this was great. But yeah, it came to an end, and now what I can do now is much bigger, but it didn't feel it feels so crazy, because I have a completely different or another life at the moment.
yeah, different.
And yeah, now I have these kind of presents for me. There's a really presents to play with Jetstream Pony in Paris. Just imagine, we played in Paris at a pop fest in September,
Yeah.
and it was a fantastic atmosphere. I can play in Glasgow. Yeah, if somebody would have told me that in 2014, 15, I was thinking, no, are you crazy? I can't do that. But now I can do it, and it feels
Oh, it's amazing.
fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But
really
I have another life, which is
yeah.
yeah, which everyone has. I know, but at the moment it feels very crazy. Very.
Well, Tom wanted to know if there will be any new releases planned for. I think he's referring to Jetstream Pony, so there'll be new releases planned for New Year.
Yeah, for both bands.
Jetstream, yeah. Yeah, oh, both, yeah, the
Yeah,
BBs as well, yeah.
yeah, we that's the thing we do now with Jetstream Pony. We did a few records when we in the pandemic, or we did one EP, but we did also some video stuff for festivals,
Yeah,
and which was great for me because I could record it in Germany with my very good friend. I have to say this that I have this in the preparation for this podcast. One of the best guys I have, or big mentors I have, is Philip Mueller. He's also Mueller, but we are not in the same family or something.
yeah, yeah,
He has a very great YouTube channel called Sound Apartment. And when I played my first gig in 2006, I was in the support for his band in this time in 2006 called Will I Am. And Philip is he's a fantastic mentor for me because I always recorded my bands in his studio in Ravensburg, and he's my personal expert for cymbals, for drum kits, for snares.
yeah,
He knows
yeah,
everything, and I was looking always to play because he plays the same kind of the same style. He can do much more than me. He plays jazz drums as well and metal drums, but the indie stuff, the indie drums, I had it from him, and
yeah, yeah,
I'm very lucky that I could record my stuff in his studio. Yeah, and he's one of my best friends now
oh, right.
for years now. Yeah, he's 20 years older than me, but he's fantastic, and I hope that I can record again with some drum stuff we need for Jetstream Pony or for BBs or
Yeah,
whatever in his studio. But I'm also open-minded to come to Britain, to come to England to record there my stuff. Tony has a brilliant studio. Tony Bryan who played the drums
yeah, yeah,
for Jetstream Pony. So it's a very cool thing. I'm very lucky that I have the connections to do some stuff, and the plan is to do new songs with Jetstream Pony. To come back to the question, to
yeah,
do some new songs. Sean is writing at the moment what he told me on tour, and if the demos are ready, we will go to the studio
so,
and
yeah, and
a new
record it.
have a new record, yeah, a new LP or EP or whatever. And the same we do now with BWs in a different
Yeah,
way. We have our studio in Augsburg as well, in our practice space where we can record for ourselves, and then
yeah.
maybe we go to another studio as well, and yeah, have a record next year. Definitely,
That's
that's
good.
the plan.
That's something to look forward to, yeah, for all your fans. And Aiden just said that he just subscribed to Jetstream Pony on YouTube. That's good, that Aiden.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I want to ask you because I don't think I've ever seen you so like twirl. You don't twirl, do you?
What's
When you
that?
play the drums, you know, when you so like twirl the stick.
I can't
Uh,
do that.
You know,
I'm technically absolute untalented. Do you say talented, untalented? I can't
don't
do
yeah.
that. I can't do that with my pen. I'm
Oh,
very slow. You know. No chance. I'm not.
I always saw like you know when I go to a gig and then I go make sure I look at the drummer and see if they're doing the twirl and things
Never.
because it's always nice because sometimes you know sometimes there's like this gap and they're just waiting for their turn to sort of
Yeah,
like
yeah,
do
yeah.
they twirl and then boom.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like, which is
They do
always
that.
nice. But you don't do that, do you?
No, no. And that's the thing. I'm not now. I'm talking and talking and talking, and now it's okay for me. But at the beginning, I was thinking I have to talk now and talk. And the great thing as a drummer is you are just in the back. You can look down. You are in your own world. You are in your own movie. If everything works, it's fine. And that's it. I like to talk with the people, of course, but after the gig or now with you, it's fine. But
Yeah.
I'm not a show master on stage. Definitely not.
That's good. But maybe someday you sort of like practice it and see if you can sort of like incorporate it
Uh,
into your sort of
yeah,
like playing.
when I'm 68 years, then I play again in London. Maybe then I can do it. I, I I remember when I saw first time in 2008 on a festival, the Hives, the Swedish indie band, the
Oh
Hives.
yeah, yeah,
Not sure what they are doing today, but I saw the drummer, who's the brother from the singer. I think he did his stick on the bass, and then it flew up.
yeah.
It was a big festival, big stage, very very high, and then he got it again, the stick, and
And then
played.
play.
And, yeah, that was good to see,
Yeah.
but not my style. Sorry, I'm out.
Because
If Sean says to me, do that now, please practice, and now then I have to say, sorry, I'm out. I'm not the drummer anymore.
no, Sean actually said no, no,
It was
don't
so
do
funny. It was so funny when we started to practice with Jetstream, the first practice. He, when we played 3 or 4 songs, we made a small break, and then he said to me, "And the next song, please don't don't play any fill-ins." And I said, of course not. That's why I play no fill-ins. Don't be scared. Don't have any things. I will play just the thing I listened at your records or at your demos you sent me. So that's my way. And I think, or Sean told me that's the reason why they asked me to play drums for them. You know, Ian Button. Ian Button is one of the heroes. Ian Button, he plays with very, very, yeah, with nothing. He has
yeah,
just
yeah,
two drums, just a tom and a snare and a hi hat. That's it, or a
yeah.
kick, well, and that's it. And he plays
Oh,
so many things with just less.
yeah.
And he
So
can,
like a
yeah,
yeah,
and
like a
that's
basic
just
kit,
the
and then go.
basics. Yeah, he can do a lot with the basics, and he plays very easy, very easy. But if you know what he does, and if you understand what he does, it's it's perfect. You can't
Yeah,
play better. And every hit is on the exactly in time, and every hit
yeah,
is fantastic. I saw him with John Howard in 2016, and I was standing there, and that's
yeah.
my type of drummer, my style of drummer, my
Yeah,
that's
it's
what I
Ian
like.
Butler.
Yeah. Ian
Ian
Button.
Butler, Swansea Sound, wasn't it? Is it
Yeah,
Ian Butler, Swansea Sound, and
yeah, Swansea Sound,
Paper Knot,
Hayley White,
Cambridge
yeah, with Amelia Fletcher.
with the Mueller Fletcher. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Because,
That's he's
but we've
fantastic.
got to sort of like say that he started off as a guitarist and then become a drummer, which is
Oh,
the
really?
other way around. The other
I
way
don't know.
around with Sean. No, because he was in God, what's it called? Trashing Doves as a guitar player.
Ah, okay.
Because I
Yeah,
was
I know
actually
that he plays the guitar
yeah, I was
with
actually
paper knot
surprised that he
Cambridge.
changed into being a drummer.
Ah, really, he's a fantastic drummer. He's one of
Yeah, he
yeah.
really is. Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
way I like, yeah, to play drums.
yeah. Because so like saying that it's the other way around with Sean though, because Sean started I was a drummer and then now he's a
Yeah, yeah,
guitar
yeah.
player.
Kind of the same with Sean. If you listen to George Best from the Wedding Present, it's
Yeah, yeah,
unbelievable.
that's
That's
right.
the
Yeah,
way, very dry, very good snare. That's what I like. The snare is for me the most. If we talk about drums, the most important drum, the snare drum is. I play a very good snare. I got it from Philip, who tests all the time new drums, new drum kit.
yeah,
And
yeah,
sometimes when I'm in his rehearsal room, in his study, in his studio, I always come back with new drum kits, with new cymbals. the basement of my parents, I told in the beginning of this podcast, is full of drumming stuff, of drum kits, and sometimes
Wow.
I have to sell them again because there's not that much space anymore, and I want to test old drums and new drums, and yeah,
Yeah.
I got them from Philip. Everything I got from Philip, I got from Philip, and this is perfect. Yeah,
Oh,
so
that's great. Yeah.
yeah,
Well, Tom said that it must be great having Beth as a front lady. She has an
definitely,
amazing background with all the bands she's been in. And
definitely,
also, Sean must be a great mentor for the band. He's a
yeah.
legend. Sean is a legend. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Just
Uh,
imagine, I'm 20 years younger, 30 years younger than these guys, and I play together with them in a band. It's sometimes it's crazy, and sometimes if I have the time to think about that, it's just
yeah,
crazy. Just imagine. Yeah, they played in so good band. With Beth played for Sarah
yeah.
band. Yeah, and Sean
Yeah,
played.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
also
like I mentioned it to like Sean when he was on as the drummer that Beth is actually like a favorite. But so many Filipino music fans love Beth, you know, so because she's
yeah,
been in so many like indie
yeah,
bands that
yeah.
Filipinos love.
And
So
she's
yeah,
brilliant on stage. When we played now the tour, it was fantastic. It was really fantastic, because she had in the first gig she had some problems with with her voice, and and you know who's coming now, and 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 he did such a great show. She was so great on stage. It was beautiful to be with her on stage and to see how she can communicate with the audience, and
yeah, yeah,
the yeah the atmosphere was so good on stage and
yeah,
in the club. It was perfect, and this
yeah,
is you can feel her experience, and you can feel what they have done in their
yeah.
band. Or yeah, and also yeah,
Yeah, I know that your kids are already calling you now. I've only got just three last questions. Three. Hello, Polly.
yeah, yeah,
Hello, Polly. I've only got three last, quick questions.
yeah.
So, apart
Please.
from Ian Button and Sean Charman, who are your drumming heroes? The one that you really look up to, and yeah,
It's not my style, definitely not. But sometimes I try to do some rhythms of Ringo and the '60s, the Beatles. Yeah, what Ringo does. There are some YouTube videos from him. You can see them. He's yeah, Ringo. I mean, it's a simple, an easy answer. Everyone would say maybe Ringo.
yeah,
Um, yeah, once after a BB's practice, I played very loud and very hard, and then Matt, the bass player from the BB's, he said, "Oh, you played like Keith Moon so hard and so weird." And I said, "Oh, really? Keith Moon, not Ringo? Are you sure?" No, he said, "No, that's not Ringo. That's not Ringo style. That's Keith Moon style."
yeah. That's
So yeah.
yeah, that's good though. And have you ever had any like what I call disasters, or have you ever like fallen off a chair, or have you ever had any problems at all when you're
Problems. Yeah,
playing?
yeah,
Yeah,
sure, of course. I had a gig in 2015 in Vienna with Endlich Blüte, and I was during the gig. I became more and more nervous during the gig. I was thinking, because we practiced a lot, and I was thinking, what do I have to do next? And I started to think what you should never do, which is because I have it automatically everything in my brain, but I thought about everything how I have to play now. And I was very, very nervous. And then I did some mistakes, which I normally never did. And then I was thinking after the gig, okay, you have to change now something. You have to do it. Either you stop now, you stop your bands, or you have to change something in your head. And then I change. Now if I go now on stage, I'm just there
yeah,
for fun. I I just go on stage to enjoy everything. Yeah.
yeah,
So that's it now. I enjoy everything. When I was on tour, I enjoyed to play. I enjoyed to be on stage.
Yeah.
it's not difficult anymore. Today I know I just play for me and for my friends and for this band, and if someone else coming and I'm getting nervous, no, nothing at all. I'm over this point is not
Yeah.
anymore there. And I'm very very happy about this experience in 2015, because then I had to think about that. And sometimes I trigger myself. I think I'm in practice space when I play on stage or something. No one sees me, so I'm not nervous anymore. I go on stage and
Ah,
I love to
yeah.
play it. I'm very very free.
Yeah.
It feels free, and I can really enjoy that. I had
Yeah.
this moment on tour after our gig in Dresden. It was the third gig, and we played a show with a new band, a new German band called Die Zärtlichkeit. Brilliant indie pop band, and the guitarist, he came after the gig to me and said, "You looked so relaxed. You looked like you enjoyed this gig." And I said, "Yeah, I could enjoy it." And he told me he was so nervous. He was so concentrated, focused. He was always looking down and thinking. Don't make a mistake. Don't make a mistake. And I say,
Yeah.
it's just the experience or the years. You do more and more and more gigs, and then believe me, you come to this point where you think, okay, I'm not nervous anymore, because
Yeah. So you're
you
enjoying
think,
it. You're
yeah,
enjoying what you,
you do
yeah,
it to
you're
enjoy
enjoying
it.
what you do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's
Do
fun.
you,
It's just fun. Yeah, if you,
yeah. Well, I see you sort of like looking down as well. Do you look at the audience when you're playing, or do you
yeah,
just want to concentrate
no,
on just
no. I love it now. Now I love it to look to the audience. Years
Yeah.
before that, I hated it. I hated it to see people I know and look to their eyes. Now I'm very relaxed.
Yeah.
Okay, this guy is here, or this one I know him. Cool, he's here. Cool, I can play now. I don't feel like I'm on stage and I play now and I have to do a job. I more think in a way of we are together and he's dancing and I play the drums. That's it.
Yeah.
Very
Well,
easy.
that's
Yeah.
what you said earlier could be your a good advice to drummers out there or musicians out there. But
Mhm.
have you got any other sort of like advice apart from sort of like just enjoy it and
Yeah.
like
Of course, you have to practice in the beginning. To be in time is very important. Many if I see young drummers, sometimes they think they have to show what they can do, and sometimes they can do a lot of things, but they don't can play in time, and that's the wrong way.
oh
You have to play in
yeah
time first. Practice with a click, with a metronome. You know what I mean?
yeah yeah
Yeah.
yeah
Then you can start to play fill-ins, figures, anything else what you want to do. But to play in time is, I would say, the most important thing as a
most
for a
important.
drummer. That
Oh,
yeah,
that's
that
that's
that's a
amazing.
good point for you.
Thank you. I mean, both of us were nervous not like doing this, but thank you so
Of
much.
course,
Thank you.
sorry. I'm not. I don't want to be respectless. I'm also sometimes nervous again, of course. And you need
Yeah,
this feeling there. Wow, now you go on stage a little bit, but not that you have the fear that you have
yeah,
sometimes.
yeah.
Years ago, I had the fear. Oh, what do I have to do next? Or am I right? No, that's a bad point. You need to be relaxed. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And of course, you're more experienced now than when you were so like 15, 16, and playing in a band. So you're more so like
Yeah, yeah.
comfortable
I was
playing the drums
My
and
first gigs were a disaster. I played, but you need this. You need this
yeah,
gigs at the
yeah.
beginning. It's
True.
very
Yeah,
important. Very
yeah,
very important. You can't be a drummer. You go on stage and you are perfect. Some people can do that. I know, but if I play now, I know something. If something goes wrong, I know how to handle it because I have the points where I played very bad, and yeah,
yeah, yeah,
it's not a problem. If I do mistakes, I can laugh about that. It's completely okay. I Of course I do mistakes on stage, and it's
yeah.
completely fine. I'm very happy with my mistakes, but I have to play in time, and I have to play together with Carrie and with Matt,
But
and then everything is perfect.
it's just fun. Oh, thank you so much. Dankeschön. I should say Dankeschön,
Bitteschön.
Hannes. for
it was a pleasure for me. It was great to be your guest. Thank you for that. Thanks.
Thank you so much for saying yes to us, Jamel. I was so worried. And thank you to Sean as well, because it was Sean who actually so like did it, so like ask
Yeah,
you and yeah. So
yeah,
thank
sure.
you very much. Thank you to all the drummers of Jetstream, Pony, Tony, Sean, and yourself.
Don't.
Also,
Yeah, and there's a new one. You should know there's a new one as well. There's a new one.
is it
Sean with
another
him.
Tony? Is it another
Yeah,
Tony?
another Tony. Yeah, called Tom. Yeah, maybe for the others. If I can't come to England,
Yeah.
then Jetstream Pony they asked before Tony, which was brilliant. He played then for me, and also now it's Tom who plays now the
Tom,
drums.
yeah, that's right.
Tom,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
he
think
played. Yeah,
yeah, it was him who played the 229 when they supported the Orchids.
yeah, yeah.
I
The
was like, yeah,
last
yeah.
beginning.
So
Yeah, yeah. So I'm happy about that. It makes
yeah.
me very cool. Yeah, and I have to show you one thing at the end. Look at this. Do you know this? This is a small pony called Jetstream
Oh,
Pony, and I got it just a second before from from Polly, from my daughter. She got it.
oh,
She got it from Beth and from Sean and from the others when there was the tour, and it was a present then for Polly for her 5th birthday, and she loves it.
oh,
And it was always in our tour bus until then the Friday before we went to the
that's beautiful.
Polly. It's great. So thank
Oh,
you
it's very,
again to Beth and to everyone, to Sean, that we have it now. So this is Lance, my younger son. So thank you, Anne, and
thank you.
have a
And
good
do you want to
afternoon.
say so? Like, do you want to say anything else about like future shows and yeah,
Uh, no, there are no shows planned at the moment. Just new recordings, and
next
yeah,
year?
next
Yeah,
year
and yeah.
hope to see you soon again. And
Yeah,
maybe
see you again. See you
yeah.
again next year.
Thank
Have
you
a.
for everything,
I know
and
it's still early, but have a very very happy Christmas. So,
same. Take care. All the best
yeah,
for your
you.
healthy. All the
Yeah,
best for
thank
you.
you. Thank you so much, and you too as well. All right,
Thank you.
thanks,
Thank
Agnes.
you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Pleasure.
Cheers.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Goodbye.
Oh, thank you all so much for joining us. I'm such a lovely, lovely, lovely human being. Yeah, so that's good. Three drummers from Jetstream Pony. I should so like ask another one. Tom, I think his name. I thought his name was Tony, but yeah, I saw him at 229 in London. I think it was last month, I think it was. But yeah, so thank you all so much. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, what's left of it. And we're actually off to Liverpool now to see Lightning Seeds, which is I'm really really excited about. But I saw them last night in Manchester as well. So anyway, so do keep an eye out for next week's Ask the Drummer guest announcement post. And as always, love music, love life, and love drummers. We saw Hannes, how awesome he is, brilliant person. So yeah, see you all again next week. Bye for now. Bye. Bye.